What's going on, everyone? So, according to Jovan Buha, the Los Angeles Lakers are not satisfied with the current roster, and a trade is to be expected. That the Lakers are going to remain active on the trade market. The Lakers are going to continue to survey and see what could potentially become available out there on the market. Now, hopefully, something gets done sooner rather than later. I talked about how I really think that right now is probably the best time to get a trade done. I mean, the Lakers don't leave California. They're here till the 27th of this month. So you have nearly 3 weeks of just being in California, because they are home for a handful of games. Then they go to a road game that is the Clippers. Then they have a road game that is the Warriors, which the Warriors is more of a road game than the Clippers. But still, it's still in LA. You're talking about the Bay Area, right? So Lakers are essentially in their backyard the next 3 weeks. So if you were ever going to get a trade done to kind of help, acclimate everyone and get everyone involved, however many, whether it's one player, two players, three, plus Dorian Finney-Smith, this would be huge for him because, he hasn't really gotten to get any practices. He hasn't really gotten the opportunity to really kind of, fit in with this team. He's just kind of learning on the fly. He's just kind of figuring out where to go and just kind of, playing it by ear, so to speak. And so it'd be nice to kind of, if you could get, a trade or two, even if it's not like the full trade. Ideally, I've said it before, the sooner the better, right? Because the sooner you can get everything done, the more time you have to get everyone on board on the same page, get them all building the chemistry and camaraderie and all of that, right? Like that's the hope and idea. But, it takes two teams to trade. It takes two teams to tango. I still think the perimeter should be the top priority. I mean, Dallas didn't kill us on the interior, right? Like they had guys just shoot the lights out. Cleveland shut the lights out. You look at all these teams, it's regular. Teams are taking 38 to 43s a game against the Lakers, and we can't stop it. I mean, it helps with the rebounding, right? Because, again, a ton of threes equal a lot of long ball rebounds. You look at that Dallas game. A lot of those rebounds weren't like at the rim, right? To where a big man's just gobbling them all up, pause, right? Like, you're talking about most of those rebounds were just like 50-50 balls. They were long balls that teams were running and chasing down. And that's how teams look at the Lakers, right? Because you got guys like Austin Reaves and Rui Hachimura and Gabe Vincent and guys like that out there who it's like, all I got to do is win a foot race against these guys, right? All I got to do is outrun Rui Hachimura to a basketball. Like I could do that, right? Like, and that's the problem. If you get that athleticism, you get that versatility out on the perimeter. Lakers need to start Dorian Finney-Smith for one. And then also, like I said, I'd like to get just a proper upgrade. I mean, Austin Reaves talking about, I was terrible on both sides of the basketball. I mean, defense really, is not his forte. And so more and more teams are just going to continue to hunt Austin Reaves down. I mean, they did it last season, right? And come playoff time, what do you think is going to happen? Teams are going to hunt him down. But how do you solve that? Well, if you can get those impact guys, if you can trade and get that, like, a Bruce Brown or, Alonzo or somebody that can, and then you pair that with a Dorian Finney-Smith and you have Anthony Davis as the help. Well, now you have more athletes, you have more defensive pieces in the starting unit who don't have to switch every time Austin Reaves there. So when somebody hunts an attack, they can fight through the screen. Hey, do not switch that action, right? Like you just stay on it. And you get guys. Jared Vanderbilt returning would help a ton too because he's really good at just navigating and getting through those screens to where he's not going to leave Austin Reaves to, fend for yourself type thing. So you either need to kind of mask Austin Reaves or you need to go get the pieces and then have Reaves be the sixth man, right? Because especially if he's not giving you the consistency in offensive production, right? A week ago, everyone was talking about how he's, turning into a superstar. And then you look at these last few games and where's that been, right? It's what I've talked about, the lack of consistency. I think Austin Reaves is a good basketball player, but anytime I even remotely speak negatively of him, he has 7 turnovers. If I'm like, man, he really didn't take care of the basketball last night, all the Austin Reaves stands like come out of the woodworks like, oh, like Austin Reaves, LeBron turns the ball over. Like, okay, like, does that negate that Austin Reaves had a bad night of turning the ball over? Right? Like, just like anything, it doesn't matter what you say, whether if it even sounds negative, they're like grabbing their pitchforks and ready to go, right? Austin Reaves, again, is a good player. He's a role player, though. He's not a star or a superstar or anything like that. He's not consistent enough. You don't know which Austin Reaves you're going to get on a regular basis. When he's aggressive and he's in attack mode and he's hunting, and I even talked about this when he was on that stretch, I said he wasn't settling for threes, right? What did I say? I really emphasized, he was 1 of 4 from 3, but 4 from 3. Yeah, he didn't shoot the 3 ball great during those stretches, but he wasn't 2 of 9 from 3 like he usually is. Right? You see Austin Reaves kind of default to like just setting shots and just jacking up threes, right? So my hope is, that you can get some help on the perimeter to kind of at least alleviate. Like, the only way I see Austin Reaves and the Lakers working as like your third guy is if you get, again, that other perimeter guy, whether it's another sizable wing, although I don't really like Austin Reaves as your point guard. I think it's fine during the regular season. Again, it's still not ideal. You see the struggles. He doesn't handle ball pressure well, can turn the ball over pretty frequently. I like him as your secondary playmaker. He can still go get you, those 7 assists, 8 assists, whatever, when he has those games. But I just don't really necessarily like him as your primary ball handler. Plus, if he's not having to be the point guard, he can be more aggressive. He can be more in attack mode because it's like, dude, that's what we need. We got this guy to initiate. We got this guy to bring the ball up. We need you to go and score 20 a night, right? Like, then maybe, he'll continue to look for a shot and be more aggressive. That would be nice. So to me, it's like if you can get that perimeter guy, again, like Alonzo, a Malcolm Brogdon, a Bruce Brown, something like that, guys that can initiate the offense and then still let Austin Reaves be on ball, right? Still let Austin Reaves be aggressive, but can provide that, 3-and-D type of scoring or just apply pressure, be good off ball. Things like that I think could really go a long way. That, or again, you go get another 3-and-D wing, and you just move Dorian Finney-Smith to the 2, and then have, say a Kyle Kuzma. And just examples. Say you get a Kyle Kuzma, and you have Kuz slotted at the 3, and you kind of just go Reaves, Dorian, Kuz, LeBron, and AD, and just go big and switchable and just athletic, and you just have all that versatility out there. That is something. I love Max. If you've been a part of this channel for a while, like, I've been a guy that has been on Max for, even last year, I defended Max. When he went on that stretch where he got benched for like 3 games, I even came on here and I was like, this is a terrible mistake. Do not do this, right? Like, I was like, JJ, please, you're my guy, but you got to stick with the young guy. I hype Max Christie up like he's, a future Paul George. So I love Max Christie. But in all seriousness, right? Like, as much as I love Max Christie, as much as I think Max Christie has the most upside and potential out of all of our young guys, because he's still the youngest. I mean, he's like 3 years younger than our draft pick this year in Dalton Connect. He has a lot of room for growth and potential. But as much as I like that, he's still so young and inexperienced that I'd prefer him going to the bench and being your backup too, and having kind of more of a veteran experienced just 2-guard or guy that can play 2-guard like Dorian Finney-Smith. I think could supplement and be fine in that regard. You've seen on certain occasions, like the inbound pass stuff like that the other day, right, where he turned the ball over. He doesn't have the experience, and we're trying to win right now. And the concern is when you get into those moments come playoff time, or you get into those big game moments, or even during the regular season in the Western Conference when everything matters, and you have these games where it's like, hey, this is almost, this is a must win for the Lakers because of standings and stuff like that, right? Like the Houston game, right? Like it'd be nice to have that veteran guy that you can trust, that can, make the plays, hit the shots, do the things that you need them to do. So that's why I prefer to go get something out on the perimeter. Now, that doesn't mean that we don't need a center, right? That doesn't mean don't get a center. I'm just saying I don't think you need that high-end center, right? You got a guy like a Nikola Vucevic that has been heavily linked to the Lakers recently. If it happens, great. I would love it. Don't get me wrong. Nikola Vucevic, talk about a legit 2010 center, a top, 5 to 10 center in the league, right? The guy is very good. I would be all for it. I'd be stoked. I'd be hyping him up like he's the next Hakeem. Don't get me wrong. But I don't think that is necessary. Like, I would rather have, say, a Bruce Brown, Cody Martin, and Nick Richards, and then go get, a Kyle Kuzma or something like that, right? Like, rather than a Nikola Vucevic and a Bruce Brown, right? Like, essentially, my point is, like, instead of going and getting getting Nikola Vucevic and getting a higher end center, I'd rather go get, one or two more, like, pieces that we need perimeter help. So you have multiple guys on multiple shifts that can all do multiple things out there on the perimeter, defend, shoot, so on and so forth, right? Like, that to me would be ideal. And then you just have that serviceable backup center that can slot in, play, and do multiple things out there on the basketball court. So anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Are you excited that the Lakers aren't satisfied and that a trade is to be expected? Do you think a trade does get done? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it either way, so let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos. Truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.